Hello everyone, welcome back to Chris's Granite Paradise and another Rocky Mountain river rock hunting adventure. I believe this will be episode 7. We're back at our spot here near the house, and you can see, even though it's the end of May, the river has dropped down. This is where we walked across in the last episode and got soaked. And I'm actually meeting a friend here today. You may have heard me mention Trevor. He's gonna meet me here and we're gonna talk about rocks. So stick with us. We'll have a good time. Well, we've been here all of about 5 minutes. I can't even stop talking before Trevor finds another rock. It's always awesome having another set of eyes. So he found this one because of the garnets, and he asked me to test it with my magnet, and sure enough, it's the matrix is like very, I won't say pure, but it's, the magnet really sticks to it. Lots of iron in this rock along with the garnets. Let's get it wet. So you can see the garnets in the matrix. There's like a band of quartz or something going through. Very interesting rock. Then here's another one that's very similar. This is also magnetic. And those could be magnetite in the crystals, or it could be the matrix. It's really hard to tell on this one because yeah, it's actually very magnetic as well. Not quite as magnetic. You can see the magnet kind of slides, but again, a very heavy mafic rock with those beautiful little eyes all over it. Those Trevor found. And he also picked up this awesome sample of a graphic granite. Here you can clearly see that lattice pattern that I was talking about in the previous video, and that you saw in the bigger rock that I have at home that's polished. This is what we're looking for when we say graphic granite. One thing is feldspar crystals that don't have the quartz. They're just big, beautiful feldspar crystals that may or may not be moonstone. But this graphic granite refers to this pattern that you're seeing here. Just imagine a lattice or maybe graph paper. Here we're seeing it in the sun, and you can really see the lattice pattern in the reflections, especially on this side. Almost looks like zebra stripes or something. Anyway, thank you, Trevor. This is a spectacular little sample of graphic granite. Okay, then he found also this one. Nice Unakite. Kind of a nice GNEISS version of a Unakite. And then I spotted this guy, which is a little bigger. Again, those fractured pieces in a kind of a wide vein. We've seen a few of these here. This one's nice because it's solid and it's pretty big. It's got a couple little cracks in it. These will all go to the think about it pile. And check this out. We believe this is quartzite. Trevor just picked this up out in the middle of the water. And the reason we think it's quartzite is because you can see in the areas where it's more recently broken, it's all river rounded again, but where chunks have come out of it, it's a lighter color and light shines into this. So we're thinking quartzite. Very nice bedding pattern. I imagine Trevor will cut into this one. I'm curious to see. He's got some saws and he does some lapidary stuff. We will definitely bring these all over to the pile. Awesome start to episode 7. I could see I'm going to be pretty much recording what Trevor finds today, which is fine with me. About the time I get done, he brings over another pile of rocks. So we have seen these epidotes. I've just been calling them epidote, and he is saying that this is a replacement of perthite. And perthite is the feldspar crystals that have not graphic granite, but just the little hairlines of variances in color. So it looks like they look striated. And he's saying that this could very well be where the epidote replaced that crystal structure. Comments, suggestions, always appreciated. This is just a big rhyolite. Trevor loves the rhyolites, and I asked him if he found the big one I showed a couple episodes back that I set aside for him. We need to go look for it. Really nice Unakite. Almost a lime color to this one, but it's solid. It's smooth to the feel, which I've explained before. If all the crystals are a similar hardness, it'll lend itself much better to cutting and polishing. Here is an example of a piece that I cut and polished quite a few years ago. You can see it really worked out well. And again, the edges that are showing, that are still natural, you can see they're very smooth. You really want to look for a rock that is smooth and free of cracks. So this is a very nice piece for that. There's really no difference noticeable between the quartz, the feldspar, the epidote. Nice find. All right, I'm gonna take these over to the pile before my friend comes back with some more. Oh, this was just laying right here, another epidote rich rock of some kind. All right, I almost got up and Trevor brought all these over. This one's gonna make you guys laugh. I believe it was in the last episode, and I picked up this very rock. I'm gonna go back and find the clip and insert it here where I said, if anyone wants it, come down and get it. Purple, black, red, quartz, various shades of the green. We're gonna leave that rock and let somebody else have the joy. There it is if you want to come down here. And Trevor just brought it over and I said, hey, I recognize that rock. So that's funny. But these I have not seen. He put this little claw. He likes crawdads. So he was telling me about the crawdads the other day. There we go. Now the camera's focused. But crawdads, I guess, are pretty good eating if you get enough of them. So after we were done making the video, Trevor asked me to request any information about this particular rock. And all I can say, my observation, is that these veins are not the regular quartz that we see around here, or calcite, because they're not transparent at all. They're completely opaque, and they're almost orange. You can see they have a peachy look to them. So if anyone has any suggestions on what these might be mineralogically, it would be interesting to know. Again, here you can see the veins up close. I've seen red, orange, I've mentioned this before. There are veins of every color and variety in the rocks here. So it's something different. We'd love to hear from you. And I will look forward to your comments about this one. Kind of some unique colorations there. Same thing here. This almost has red veins going through it, along with the quartz veins. Not very well developed on either end, though. He picked this up. This is nice. Nice example. It's very smooth with the veins. And more veins. You guys let me know if you get tired of hearing me talk about and show veins. Like I said, in the Cache-la-Poudre Canyon, there's been such metamorphism that went on during the Laramide orogeny and related events that all of the rocks have just been tortured in terms of metamorphism. Yeah, that's a colorful little pile right there. I may have mentioned this before, but when you go rock hunting on a gravel bar, you think you're walking over millions of rocks and seeing anything interesting that's there, but your eye is only catching maybe a 6-inch wide swath as you're walking along, and depending on what you're looking for, you may completely overlook something. So I've walked over this spot, shoot, probably 100 times, and this appears to be a nice solid piece of quartz. I'm gonna have to watch my previous videos and see if I've shown it already, but I see what looks like the growth lines in it. Yeah, sure enough. I'll laugh if I see in an earlier video that I picked up this rock. Already I'm starting to pick up the same rocks again. But that is a nice one. So I'm gonna put it in the pile. All right, I'm just showing this so you guys know I'm not going insane. This is the piece of quartz from the earlier video, because I was saying to Trevor, have you noticed in my recent videos, I pick up the quartz and I say, if I needed more quartz, yeah, if I really needed more quartz, I'd probably take it, but I think I'll leave the joy for someone else. But this one has the growth lines, and this is the one, not the other one that I showed earlier. That one was a new one, but this is the one I showed in the previous episode. And again, I'm going to leave it here, but in the sunlight you can really see the growth lines a little better. Almost makes me want to keep it. I'm probably going to come and look at this again. And I know some of you guys really are into shapes, and this is really cool. It almost looks like a tooth. It's rounded, it's smooth, there's no fresh breaks on it, but it's just cool how it has that vein kind of following along the shape. A very kind of a unique piece. I'll leave this to share the joy. It's right there if anyone wants to come and get it. This looks like a vivid green that Trevor just came across, buried in the sand. All right, we got to try to look professional here now.
Buried is the correct
word. It's a big one. Yeah. Oh, that's...
I don't know. I don't think I'm taking it.
That's very vivid, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of green on it. Too much limonite.
All right, I'll just take it over and wash it.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna waste your bottle.
Limonite. What do you mean by limonite?
Well, limonite's like hematite. It's iron oxide, but when it's left over from the metamorphic process, not much hematite's gonna remain. Just the limonite. It's the staining. It's the yellow.
Okay.
It's rust. Limonite is rust.
To keep or not to keep? I think we'll just take it over to the pile and decide later. It's got some big cracks in it. I'm thinking I wouldn't want it.
Might be a leverite.
This will be one we leave for the joy for somebody else. It's definitely green, but it's kind of cracked. And Trevor also spotted this one. Do you guys remember in my recent episode about garnets as a host rock? And I have quite a few of these at home. None of them are this big though. That's a beautiful piece. That one's hard to see in this light. Maybe it'll show in the video. That's the one you were saying was purple?
Yeah, very purple.
I think what that is, Trevor, is a coarse or a big section of one of those purple veins we find. That's my suspicion.
I think it is a meta feldspar maybe. I'm not convinced.
Let me spray this off some more.
I'm not sure. Like, I think that was an aphonetic feldspar, and it turned that deep red, and then the epidote came.
So you don't think any of this is garnet?
I don't.
I think the only way to
Maybe
test it,
microcrystalline garnet, but
that's what I mean. Garnet as a matrix.
I don't know though. I'm not familiar with that.
Just want to get a closer look at this. These are really, we're trying to decide if it's garnet there in the matrix, or what the geology of these are. Obviously, we're only looking visually. It's heavy. This is why in my garnet episode I mentioned that these could be garnet as a host, or maybe the green is the host. Comments, suggestions? Very fun. If Trevor, if you don't want it, I'll definitely take that one.
Let's put it in the pile for now. I'm not sure. I don't know how much my backpack weighs yet.
That's the ultimate question. We're over here looking for, in the first or second episode, I said a giant rhyolite, a big round ball-shaped piece of rhyolite for Trevor. Okay, Trevor, this is for you. Really nice big one. And now we can't find it. So we are befuddled. If any of you guys came down and got it, can you let me know in the comments? Oh, so many rocks, so little time, guys. Not sure if you can appreciate the shine on this. So this is a really smooth, hard cap on this crumbly, ugly granitic rock of some kind. Kind of a nice color too. It's just an interesting piece in terms of erosion. I've got a couple of erosion pieces that I've collected, and I think Trevor picked this up, and I know he doesn't want it. No gem quality stuff here, but I'll add it to my erosion display. I have the one where the rock is exfoliating, you guys might remember, and this one now. Quite a difference in hardness and in the feel. This I could almost crumble it with my finger, and this is gemmy hard. Cool. Thank you, Trevor. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if this is any good. It looks like a nice banded red sandstone. Again, I'm not prepared to dig. Well, it might be big. A lot of these, because I have to do it with one hand. There we go. Not really the banded pattern I look for. It's got a little bit showing. That's what Trevor pointed out to me. But definitely not a keeper. Put it back in the hole. That sandstone, they commonly use it as riprap around here. But the river also does cut through those beds closer to the mountains. So this could be from riprap, or it could be just a natural piece. It's very well rounded, so that makes me think it's natural. Here's our goodie pile. Now the process of picking about 3 of them to take home begins. Trevor is on his skateboard and is going to skateboard across town, and I got to walk about 15 minutes back to the house. So we always pile up way more than we'll ever take. So there's enough here for the next guy. There's that beautiful quartzite, a couple of quartzes, really vivid green, a couple of nice greens. Sun is out, so it's hard to keep stuff wet. Very nice. I started to laugh, honestly, when I saw the clip of Trevor's rock and then inserted it here in the new video. We must have been standing right on top of it because I can tell it was the exact same area. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to have to go back and look for that rock now. As always, thanks for sticking around, and please remember to like and share. That really helps us out.